Conversions of unit is one of the most important aspects not just in mathematics or science, but also in our everyday lives. Knowing the units of conversion that corresponds with a number can give you much more information. But, in order to convert a number from one to another same unit, you need to memorize their corresponding conversions of unit. For example, in metric conversion, you need to memorize how many meters are there in kilometers and so on. And we all know that memorization is not an easy method, especially for us students. Memorizing the different conversion unit is quite hard and complex. That's why our group come up with a simpler and easier method in which you don't need to memorize the different conversion of units. We present to you the conversion table for metric units, mass units, and capacity units. Here you can see our sample table. In using this conversion table, we can only input the basic units for metric, mass, and capacity, which is the kilo, hecto, deca, the units such as meter, gram, and liter, the deci, centi, and the milli. You can observe that they are almost the same, so it will only change according to the units to be used. My group mates will give you the examples how it is done.
So we have here some example using our table conversion. So first we have the unit meter that includes kilometer, hectometer, decameter, the unit meter itself, the decimeter, centimeter, and lastly the millimeter. So using the table conversion, we have here 1 kilometer converted to meter. So we have to put 1 on the kilometer, and on the next units, we have to put 0 until we reach the meter unit. So we have to put 0 on hecto, another on deca, and lastly on the unit meter. To get the final answer, which is 3,000 meter. The next example would be on the unit gram. So we have here 8.88 kilogram, 2 milligram. So we have to put 8 on the kilogram, another 8 on the hectogram, and 8 on the decagram. So we don't have to include the point. So we have to put also 0 on the next unit. So we have here 0 on the unit gram, another 0 on the decigram, centigram, until we reach the milligram. So our final answer would be, the next example would be on the unit which is liter. We have here 8.03 hectoliter converted to deciliter. So we have to put first the 8.03 on the first 3 unit. So we have to put 8 on the hectoliter, 0 on the decaliter, 3 on the liter unit. So just like the another 2, we have to put 0 on the following unit, which is deciliter. So we don't have to put also the point. So the answer is 8,030 deciliter.
So this is our conversion table, wherein this table will allow you to simply and easily convert between metric units without having to perform any multiplication or division. So for example, let's say that we want to convert 5.76 kilometer to millimeter. So now the things that we should only do is to put 5 here in kilometer, since when we start in kilometers. Then we can insert 7 here in hecto, then 6 here in deca. So after putting the given, we can insert here a 0, start here in the unit until we meet the millimeter. So the answer for 5.76 kilometer to millimeter is 5,760,000 millimeter.
Length. Number 1. 8 kilometer is equal to 8,000 meter. Number 2. 6 hectometer is equal to 6,000 decimeter. And number 3, 8.66 kilometer is equal to 866,000 centimeter. Last. Number 1, 1.5 kilogram is equal to 1,500 grams. Number 2, 1.4 hectogram is equal to 1,400 decigram. And number 3, 8.68 kilogram is equal to 868,000 centigram. Capacity. Number 1, 1.3 kiloliter is equal to 1,300 liter. Number 2, 1.2 hectoliter is equal to 1,200 deciliter. And number 3, 9.99 kiloliter is equal to 999,000 centiliter.
So for our first example, we have kilometer to meter. We will convert kilometers into meter. So we have 2 kilometers. We convert it into meter. So we will put the number 2 or 2 in the kilometer. Then zeros until we reach meter. So 2 into kilometer. Then 0 for hectometer. Then 0 for decameter. Then 0 into meter. So that is the answer for the conversion in kilometer to meter. So we have 2,000 meters in 2 kilometers. So for our next example, we have unit gram that includes kilogram, hectogram, decagram, gram itself, then decigram, centigram, and milligram. So for our second example, we will convert kilogram into milligram. So we have 5.5 kilogram. So for our first, dun sa una nating 5, we will put it into kilogram. Then the second 5, we will put it in hectogram. Then decagram to milligram, we will put 0. So 5 for kilogram, 5 also into hectogram, then decagram 0, gram 0, decigram 0, centigram 0, and milligram is 0. So we have 5,500,000 milligram, 500,000 milligram into 5.5 kilogram. So next we have the unit liter. So we have kiloliter, hectoliter, decaliter, liter, deciliter, centiliter, and milliliter. So we will convert decaliter into centiliter. So we have 3.55 decaliter. So we will put the 3 on the decaliter. 5 for liter, 5 also to deciliter, then 0 for the centiliter. So we have 3,550 centiliter into 3.55 deciliter.
We therefore conclude that our investigation is useful in converting to solve a problem. However, we found out that there are some instances where conversion table is not applicable or cannot be applied. For example, in lengths. We cannot use the conversion table in finding the mile, yard, foot, inch, etc. In mass, we don't also use conversion table in getting the ounce, tons, pound, and etc. And lastly, the capacity. It is not applicable to use the conversion table in getting the gallon, ounces, cup, bucket, and etc. Wherein, it is used only in basic conversion. For example, if you convert centimeter to kilometer in conversion table, the answer or result should not be accurate since the conversion table is not working if you start with the smallest measurement to biggest. So in using conversion table, we should be careful and have in-depth analysis or investigation if this conversion can be employed in converting given problem.